and welcome to this talk with HP and TD SYNNEX all about AI PCs, their impending arrival, rollout, and how best to educate the channel around all of this. I'm Kelsey Rees, Deputy Editor at CRN, and I am joined by Brandon Lieberthal, VP of PC Systems, Printers and Supplies for Europe at TD SYNNEX, alongside Alin Varner, Director of Channel Data Strategy Worldwide at HP. Thank you both for being here. Now, according to CRN research, 1 in 10 organizations are already implementing an AI PC rollout, which is encouraging. What is your advice to the 18% of respondents who are currently reviewing AI PCs as part of their refresh plans? What sort of questions should they be asking? Who wants to take that first?
I'll grab that one. I think it's all about asking the right questions. I think if you're thinking about it and trying to position it within your refresh plans, you should be thinking or asking, what are the AI capabilities that you'll need? That's about the applications that will benefit the organization the most. How will an AI PC integrate with your existing infrastructure? Making sure that there's compatibility and ease of integration. What is the total cost of ownership? People are concerned about the initial, maybe incremental price of the device, but it's not just about that initial investment, but also the maintenance and potential cost savings from increased efficiency. And lastly, I think it's about the security implications. Evaluate how an AI PC will impact your cybersecurity strategy.
Great, thank you, Brandon. Alin, do you have any thoughts on the first question?
No, I agree with Brandon completely. I think customers should ask about the use cases, that they should try to, if they have any doubts or any hesitations about accelerating that role, they should address those by getting educated about the use cases, asking their technology partner, asking their technology vendor about examples and positive best practices around use cases and value creation with AI PCs.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. And what about the 61% who are interested in AI PCs but not actively considering deploying them? Do they risk missing out, for example?
I think there's always that concept of FOMO, and no doubt when it comes to AI PCs, same challenge. If you're not actively thinking about it today, there is a risk that you'll be missing out on the competitive advantages that AI PCs can offer. I think what you can do in the interim is stay informed about the advances on the technology side. See if you don't want to start by just doing some pilot testing. Get a few AI PCs into maybe specific departments that may benefit the most from them. And that will help organizations better understand the benefits and prepare themselves for them when they're ready to adopt the new technology.
Thank you. Alin, what are your thoughts?
Along the same line, stay alert, stay curious, stay informed, follow the field, because it's evolving so fast and there are new areas of value creation and benefits appearing every day with new solutions and enhanced solutions coming up constantly. So don't ignore the field, because it's one of the biggest technology revolutions that took place ever. So even if you think that it's not the right time today, it might come tomorrow or very, very fast. So stay on top of the developments.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like really great advice. Thank you. Great. Back to CRN's data, 31% of those surveyed agree that all new devices their organization deploys will be AI PCs by default within 2 years. Is that how you both see the market evolving? Will AI PCs become ubiquitous over the next few years, with every new device deployed having an NPU by default?
I do see that the market is evolving towards the AI PC becoming ubiquitous. As AI technology continues to advance and becomes more accessible, it's likely that most new devices will come equipped with NPUs by default within the next few years. The shift will be driven by increasing demand for intelligent computing solutions that enhance productivity and efficiency. I think as with most new technologies come out, there's the cycle of adoption. We're in the early stages, but I'm quite pleased to see already in Europe, we're seeing weekly sellout already of north of 25% of units being sold contain an NPU. So we're on that trajectory. I think as we get into the next 2 years, that adoption rate will continue to climb.
Great, thank you. And Alan, do you see the market truly heading in this direction?
Similarly, yes. Not much more to add to what Brandon said. We are also preparing for that future where all the devices, all the PCs will be AI PCs. We do see the same kind of trends in terms of the adoption. There are, of course, the two waves. The first gen AI PCs launched in spring, and now the next gen ones with over 40 trillion operations per second. And there is a rapid growth, triple-digit kind of growth in that category. And we have massive opportunity and very aggressive ambitions in that field. Yes.
Great, thank you. So moreover, 70% of respondents agreed that environmental sustainability will be a crucial pillar of their AI PC strategy. Tell me, how are HP and TD SYNNEX approaching this issue?
HP, we drive a parallel approach, right? For us, we know that sustainability is super important. We see that in our business numbers. We see that in our day-to-day life. And therefore, we have very strong sustainability commitments and activities towards the channel partners. We have what we call our HP Amplify Impact program, which equips partners with the sustainability related skills so they can support and respond successfully to the needs of the customers on sustainability. In parallel, we drive the AI education and the AI penetration, and it goes very well hand in hand. So that's how we see it. We drive a parallel approach on that.
Okay, thank you. And Brandon, what's TD SYNNEX's approach when it comes to AI PCs and environmental sustainability?
Yeah, I think let me first start by saying, there is a challenge when new technology comes out. The whole concept of sustainability, the circular economy, faces that challenge where, we would typically talk about recycling. Will that technology that you recycle meet the needs of an AI PC? I think the truth is, in the short term, we know that the answer will be no. Because of the need for an NPU to be deemed an AI PC, you won't necessarily be able to recycle everything and bring back to a second life. But we also need to understand that not everyone needs an AI PC. So, there is still that recycling element to what we do. I think I like to look at it in three parts of what TD SYNNEX is doing. We are looking at recycling. So the circular economy is still important to us. We are enabling recycling of old products, and pointing people to the benefits of new AI PCs. We shouldn't forget the circular economy is not only about recycling old product, we also need to think about sustainability. The fact is that one of the benefits of an AI PC will be power consumption. And power consumption on a broader topic around AI as a whole is a challenge. And these PCs actually offset that somewhat by providing more power efficient units made out of more recyclable material than ever before. So there's that positive message of when you take something new, it's doing something good. With the old devices, as I said, recycling, trade-in, asset disposal, and also looking at donations. There's a lot of incentives out there and companies looking for donations of old equipment to make the broader population more IT literate. There's the education side. We work closely with partners like HP to get product material information, CO2 emissions on shipments, packaging. We look at all of those parts to provide a more sustainable journey for our partners. And I think the last one, as a company ourselves, we're also looking at our footprint, right? So we need to look at carbon reduction initiatives, real estate, supply chain and operations and logistics efficiency, and also do our bit to bring down the emissions in those areas.
Great, thank you. Environmental sustainability is certainly a growing topic in boardrooms, especially in the tech space. So it's fantastic to hear what both your businesses are doing around that. Great. So we're almost done with this discussion, but I want to give you both the opportunity to present viewers with any final takeaways or thoughts, or maybe your top message before we end. So who would like to start?
Go first, maybe, and thinking about our channel partners and their market opportunity ahead of them, and the opportunity to help the customers to embrace this new technology evolution. If I had to pass a couple of ideas on how channel partners can get ready, can become a major player in the AI PC or continue to be a major player, I think there are three things. So I think first, they can look to become customer zero. They can look to embrace AI PC solutions and deploy AI PC use cases and processes or AI PC based processes inside their organizations. And they can look to try to unlock those productivity, collaboration, creativity, security benefits of AI by themselves, because like that they will get that credibility necessary to carry a successful customer conversation and a successful sales and solution conversation with the customers around AI. Second, I think they should look to educate their sales force fast and soon around AI. I think their sales force should be able to survive, to begin with, a conversation around AI with any customer. And I think the Salesforce should be aware of the vertical relevant use cases around the AI PCs. The sales reps of all successful partners will be able to answer the questions, why AI on the device, on the PC, and then finally, which vendor, which PC is the best to serve the customer scenario. And third, I think that the mentality, the way to sell the AI PCs, and Brendan alluded to that as well in one of his previous remarks. It's about solution selling. The customers, the customers will need to be advised. They will need to be consulted. The channel partners who will be successful will have taken that consulting attitude, that consulting approach on advising the customers how to deploy the AI solutions in the organization, and what is the value and the ROI they can unlock from that deployment. So this solution selling, outcome-based selling will become very, very useful and very important in the process.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Alan. Brandon, final takeaways, final thoughts.
Yeah, I think my message out to the broader IT ecosystem, whether it be the channel end users, AI PCs represent a transformative technology that can drive significant business benefits. PCs have been around for a long time. I think we will not think of PCs as we have for many decades already. This is going to be a whole new way of interacting with a PC. It will become your assistant. It will become your marketing tool. The use cases, we're scratching the surface. I think when it comes to the applications, we're seeing early applications coming out, but what we're going to probably see in the next 5 years will be groundbreaking. And the PC will really become personal like never before. I think organizations need to stay informed about advancements. If you're not thinking about it or testing it yet, as I said, consider pilot testing AI PCs. Make sure you're developing strategies to integrate AI into your operations, your sales cycles. There's so many different functions you can use AI for. You just need to be thinking about it, testing it out, trial and error, but at least be on the journey. I think by doing so, you can position yourself to take full advantage of all the opportunities that AI as a whole bring, not just the PC.
Wonderful, thank you. Brandon, Alan, thank you again for joining me for this discussion, and thank you to the viewers as well.